Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravo's Restaurant Bar, Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Ta-da! Here we are. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where it's all about connections between our lives here in Puerto Vallarta or maybe somewhere else, and the news that we can find that relate to Puerto Vallarta, to our state, Jalisco, to our country, Mexico, all kinds of wonderful information that we can put to good use as a community of English-speaking locals. Some of us, again, living here, some of us living elsewhere. But it's a pleasure to see you. Today is Tuesday, August 20th. We have a fairly, why am I so glossy? Because it's hot out there. We have a fairly mundane show today. I couldn't find any big important news, and maybe this is because we shared a lot of big important news yesterday. So today's broadcast is going to be a little bit more mundane. That doesn't mean, I hope, that it's going to be boring. So we might as well get started with our news block. And we don't begin with AMLO. We begin with the hats. If you find yourself in the vicinity of City Hall, you may want to check out this exhibition of sculptures of emblematic hats of the pueblos mágicos, or magical towns of Jalisco. There are 20 of them, and one is dedicated to Puerto Vallarta. Now, from the looks of these are not actual painted hats that you sometimes can see around and purchase. These seem to be made of a different material, perhaps concrete. I'm not sure. I cannot tell from the photo. But again, if you find yourself near City Hall, this might be an interesting thing to experience. Now, let's talk about AMLO. We've been reporting on the state of our state's federal highways, that's correct, and Governor Alfaro's attempt to reach out to the Ministry of Communications and Transportation for support or for a solution. Well, President López Obrador and Claudia Sheinbaum's recent visit to Jalisco provided a much better connection. In a statement, Governor Alfaro confirmed that support is imminent, not only for improving our federal highways, but also for the advancement of other projects, such as the Línea 4, or 4th subway line in the Guadalajara metropolitan area. So this is very good news, perhaps not for Puerto Vallarta, but definitely for our state. And this next bit of news is something that we just don't concern ourselves with here in Puerto Vallarta, given our lovely cobblestone streets, which of course are perfect for our vehicle suspensions and for our high heels. Not. So we won't be seeing this problem in Puerto Vallarta anytime soon, but in Guadalajara, the abundance of personal transportation devices, as in scooters, has reached a point in which the state Congress is now looking to regulate their use, including allowing speeds, or determining allowed speeds rather, and other safety aspects. Again, it's difficult to relate to this news locally, but a visit to our capital city will confirm that these scooters are everywhere, and some are traveling very fast, posing a danger to riders, surrounding vehicles, and pedestrians. No changes in the law have been announced, but they are surely forthcoming. Now, I will say this: if I had many places to go on an electric scooter, and they were good for heavy boys like myself, I would probably use one here in Puerto Vallarta. And I know they rent them to go around the Malecon and all that good stuff. In Guadalajara, they are everywhere, and people of all ages use them to get everywhere. And this, of course, makes me wonder if scooter use is regulated in other cities north of the borders. If you've seen scooters in the news and would like to share your city's experience with scooters, feel free to leave a comment so that we can all learn from your surroundings, or at least get a different point of view. And now let us take a quick look at our weather. But first, let's take a quick look at this.
Step into the world of Aretha Franklin, the undisputed Queen of Soul. From her groundbreaking hit Respect to her historic performance at President Obama's inauguration, Aretha's voice transcended music, touching hearts and inspiring movement. Join us for a unique music appreciation presentation where we will explore 10 pivotal moments in her career that changed the course of music history. Discover how she became the first woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and how her gospel roots in the Amazing Grace album influenced generations. This isn't just a presentation. It's an opportunity to celebrate her legacy with fellow music lovers, all in the comfort of an air-conditioned environment. Don't miss your chance to relive unforgettable performances like her Grammy-winning rendition of Nessun Dorma in the company of those who share your passion for timeless music. Join us and be part of a soulful experience that promises to inspire, educate, and captivate. The meeting is on Thursday, August 22nd at 5 p.m. at the Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork. Tickets are 300 pesos per person, available at the hotel's reception desk. I hope to see you there, and I thank you in advance for sharing this information with other like-minded friends.
Yay! It's almost time for Aretha. A couple of days. But first, let's take a quick look at the weather. Snarky Weatherman's comment for this morning is there. I just redirected a storm for you. This purchase is already paying off for you. Well, of course, our purchase of Carrot Weather, which is the name of the app that I use, has paid off tremendously as we enjoy reading the weather forecast every day. It is 29 degrees right now. Humidity is at 69%, and our weather forecast for today says mostly cloudy skies in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a low chance of rain, only 20%, so I don't think we're going to see any today. A high temperature of 33 and a low of 24. Then tomorrow, hump day, mostly cloudy skies in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 55%, a high of 32 and a low of 25. And then on Thursday, thunderstorms throughout the day, rainfall around 5 millimeters, 84% chance of rain, a high of 32 and a low of 25. So everything seems to indicate that we will have rainy Aretha Franklin, which I'm actually very much looking forward to. And of course, yesterday I announced that Soundscapes of Serenity, which is my most recent music appreciation presentation, is available now online for you to purchase a ticket to watch it, or not a ticket, but simply to support my efforts if you choose to do so. The live premiere is going to be today at 5, so I'll be watching to make sure that everything goes smoothly. And after that, you can watch it as many times as you want on your own schedule. In order to do so, there is a price, there's a cost. And of course, this is another way to support my projects, and it's very much appreciated. It's five pesos, $5 for Coffee and Headline subscribers, whether you're a monthly or a yearly subscriber, and $15 for non-subscribers. Again, the premiere is today at 5 o'clock local time. And if you are not watching live with me, you can watch it whenever you want, anytime after the premiere. And we've reported this before, but this is becoming now a reality. In fact, it is a reality. The sculpture of Chac, the Mayan water deity, has been installed in the town of Telchac in Yucatan. It does not replace the existing Poseidon sculpture that began all the kerfuffle among Yucatanos looking for local deity representation. The new sculpture is 5 meters tall and was made out of fiberglass, in contrast to the Poseidon one, which I believe is made of metal. And now locals are saying that it is too muscular. Why do you know? I don't know what to tell you. Looks fine to me, by the way. I'd hope to see it in person one of these days. But fiberglass, geez, why couldn't they go out and get a real metal sculpture? I don't know. Anyhow, let's move on to another mundane conversation. We took a look at this photograph a few weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago. This is a photograph of Avenida Juárez in Guadalajara after its expansion, after it was widened in 1948, and sticking out as a sore thumb is the Telmex, or what was known then as Teléfonos de México building, which, and we told the story of how the whole building was lifted onto rollers, and it was pushed back so that it would accommodate the widened street. And we told the whole story, and you seem to enjoy it. But this is just one of the stories that I love to tell when I'm walking down Guadalajara. I also love to tell the story of the narrowest building in Guadalajara, which is this one. It is also located on Avenida Juárez. It is only 180 centimeters deep, or 71 inches. And no, it was not deliberately built this way, but it had to be shrunk when Juárez Avenue, or Avenida Juárez, was expanded back in 1948. And I think every single time that I go to Guadalajara and I stay in El Centro, in downtown area, I always walk past this building, and I've always been curious to walk into it just to see how it was renovated, or how the people that own spaces in it use it. There is a photo studio in the building. So imagine that your photography area is only 180 centimeters wide. But I think the story is rather interesting. I don't know if you agree or not, but keep an eye for this building next time you're walking down Avenida Juárez in Guadalajara. It is difficult to miss. Last but not least, I want to remind you that the Spotlight is coming on tomorrow. And I've just heard from our dear friend Gina Hendricks that she's going to be joining us remotely, not in person, but remotely, to tell us something wonderful about, I don't know, I haven't checked what she's going to announce, but it is always a pleasure to welcome Gina and anyone else that wishes to promote their upcoming event or products and services. This is a great opportunity to do it either remotely from your wherever you are. All you need is a good internet connection and a webcam, or you can join me live and in person at the Joint Boutique Hotel every Wednesday at 4 o'clock. Looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to reading your comments and suggestions, which happens now. And it's nice to see your good mornings as usual. Thank you so very much for those. Boom, 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 boom. Logan Muffin. Buenos dias from our favorite grassy knoll. Oh, that's a word that I need to look up. Knoll in the shade as we take a much needed snack and water break during this morning's Paw Patrol. I love it. And then Logan further comments, it's been a minute since I was able to join live, organizing my week so I can pay my RESPCT to the Queen of Soul this Thursday. I hope you can come. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see. And then we have a comment on scooters. If there are scooter regulations here in Canada, or at least Nanaimo, they are not enforced. Then Logan chimes in my 3 years of cycling around the city as my regular form of transportation, I have most certainly seen an uptick in e-scooters and bikes around our local bike lanes. And I have to agree with you. I just wish, I could use them elsewhere. Like I could safely go from my house to La Comer and back. But I think now that I say that out loud, I don't know that I would dare to take a scooter down Francisco Villa, given the fact that the local culture about or regarding bicycles and other personal modes of transportation is not firmly established. Let's see what else we have. Brian comments, scooters in Calgary were getting out of control in the downtown core before we moved. Seems like they were multiplying like rabbits. We were glad not to see any when we moved to Puerto Vallarta, but seems they've caught up with us. Yes, I mean, you can see them all over the Malecón, which is good if you live in that general area and you need to get from point A to point B. Can I get a what the fuck parrot for my birthday today, please? Well, happy birthday, Laura. What the fuck? What the fuck? What do you mean you're having a birthday? What a shit show. I think we can do the what the fuck. See? That was easy. Happy birthday, Laura. How often is Lucha Libre? Well, not often enough, Laura. I had not seen, I don't keep track on Lucha Libre because the events are few and far between. But because I saw this one announced, I got all excited about it. So there you have it. Not frequently would be the answer to your question. Our luck paying CFE online with our Canadian Amex has run out. Went to pay it last night and it wouldn't go through. It's due today, so we'll be off to the office to pay it today. I don't know how much your electrical bill is, but you can always pay it at OXXO in cash or at supermarkets if you're not intending to, if you're trying to avoid going all the way to the office. But I'm sorry to hear that American Express cards are not everyone's solution. And this, of course, brings us to the end of today's broadcast. It's back to finishing touches on the Aretha Franklin presentation and continuing to promote this week's Spotlight. It is a pleasure to connect with you today and every day. It is a pleasure not to connect with you on Sundays, but I'm sure you can use a break from me as well. So, thank you very much. Yes, boom, boom. Thank you very much for joining me today. Stay kind, stay happy, stay cool, and stay dry, but most importantly, stay in touch. I will hopefully see you tomorrow morning. And if you are watching the premiere of the ambient music presentation live this afternoon, I look forward to seeing you then. Have a good day.